That's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. Those were the famous words said by Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon. Now, he was able to get to the moon thanks to his spaceship. However, there were some problems with this spaceship. And that's why NASA proposed a new filtration system made of water walls that will not only create oxygen for astronauts, but also shield them from radiation. As you know, astronauts that go into space aren't always shielded from certain rays from the sun, such as UV rays and other rays of that source. According to SpaceSafetyMagazine.com, September 10th, 2012, the water would protect the enclosed crew from space radiation. But that is not all. The bags that gather this water will be filled with filters, algae, and bacteria to provide complete biosystems for breaking down crew's waste products and cleaning the water and air and providing food. Now, this food may not be delicious, but at least it's nutritious. This breakthrough in science and space travel could foster a new path for prolonged space travel and recycling here on Earth. Using forward osmosis, the system could use massive space exploration vehicles and also protect astronauts from radiation. First, we will explore what water walls are. Secondly, we will go to infinity and beyond to discover the mechanics behind the magic. And then finally, we will aim for the stars while discussing the implications. In order to fully understand this technology, you must first understand how it works. According to PopularScience.com, September 5th, 2012, the concept's formal name is Highly Reliable and Massively Redundant Life Support Architecture, and it's part of NASA's Innovative Advanced Concepts program. Now, sending a person into space is freaking expensive, okay? It's going to cost a lot of money, so they developed this new system because it's more cost effective. Another reason this new system was thought up was because the earlier life support systems broke down too often and too easily. These systems are all mechanically driven, making them heavy, complex, and prone to breakdowns, according to tgdaily.com, September 13th, 2012. So in order to stop these massive system failures, they had to come up with something new. And this water wall system is based on principles of filtration and oxygen production that we see every day in nature. Again, according to tgdaily.com, 13th, 2012. But now that we understand why this system was brought up, let's talk about how it works. In order to understand this new design, we must first understand a few basic principles of it. The whole design of the water wall system is based on 6 separate but equally important parts. First is the gray water process, where they filter urine and produce washing water. The second is the black water process, made for processing solid waste. And the third is air processing, for CO2 removal and O2 revitalization, similar to the photosynthesis of plants. Next is the thermal and humidity control. Basically, with waters in the walls, we can generate heat from it or suck heat out of it. Think of it as an updated version of your AC system. Then fifth, food growth using green algae. Now, there's been studies done that state that green algae is one of the most nutritious things that a person can eat. It's not always tasty. And sixth, it provides radiation protection to the crew and its inhabitants. Enough said. Using a pump system and a separate bag for each kind of water, water is pumped through the walls of the ship, providing water, O2, and radiation protection. And this is important because astronauts that are going into space are getting radiation poisoning. And with this new concept, it can actually protect them from the radiation. The concept is simple. Fill the walls of the ship with water and set the principle of forward osmosis to perform tasks such as water filtration, air filtration, and even food growth, according to TG Daily, September 13th, 2012. Now that we understand the principles behind the product, let us take a look at the future implications. First, it's twofold, short-term and long-term. But first, the short-term is that this new support system will change the dynamics of spacecrafts, meaning that spaceships will be made to support this new system. And second, this new system's biotechnology could foster a new way to treat water here on Earth, especially in Arizona, where the water table is dropping about 80 billion gallons a year, and that's only doubling with the increase in the population. Next is the long term. Let's face it, space travel is expensive. However, thanks to the water wall system, it incorporates a new cost-effective way to travel through space, using nature. You basically create a little space biodome on a spacecraft in order to travel through the stars for longer amounts of time. Instead of bulky machinery that is prone to malfunctions, astronauts can have radiation protection, oxygen, and nutrition all from one cost-effective system that is frequently seen in nature: water filtration. Now, in conclusion, first, we explored what water walls are. Secondly, we went to infinity and beyond, discovering the mechanics behind the system. Then finally, we aimed for the stars and discussed the future implications. Using forward osmosis, this system is going to be used for massive space travel and exploration, and radiation protection for astronauts. The purpose of this paper was to provide the breakthrough science and informative speaking to foster a new path for prolonged space travel and recycling here on Earth. NASA has proposed this new filtration system made of water walls in order to help protect our astronauts and also foster new innovative ways to create oxygen. Neil Armstrong would be proud to see this new system. I think he might say this about space travel: it's a continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.